I don't suppose begging for a reprieve would get us far with one of this lot.
No quarrels here. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
A new destination calls to you, I take it. Well, say no more. I look forward to seeing where you take us.
I'm sure there's a very good reason for this detour. We must respect our master's wishes.
Riding in an ox cart would be a welcome reprieve.
They can be most convenient, though they travel only during the day. Let's not be hasty, now. I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Very well. I shall return. Focus your strength, Arisen!
This is enough to break any man's spirit, this.
Naught compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help but feel indomitable.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement.
Focus. My head will roll if aught goes awry.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side. You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty. Then I shall remain by your side.
Goblins approach!
I grant you roaring flame.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
You're soaked. Do try not to catch cold.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
This should be of use. Look there. Methinks I spy aught of use.
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige.
You're staring, Arisen. Has aught yonder caught your eye? And here I was hoping for some great treasure. Now I feel a fool.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
What a view! I'd not say no to a short repose hereabouts.
'Twould be a good place to take stock of our surroundings.
'Tis no great shock to me.
We might better observe our surroundings if we had a lantern lit. How's that?
I never thought I'd see the day when I'd be in your debt.
Certainly, Arisen. How might I be of aid?
Oh! I'd not have thought we'd find one here.
A splendid discovery.
I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
What I wouldn't give to lie in that field of stars.
Opportunities as they come, I say.
Are we leaving already? Bother. I was just getting warmed up.
Guard all you want. Won't make a difference when I've grappled you, see?
Stay with me, Arisen. Wait a moment.
legs are stiff as boards after training.
Mind?
I'll wander about, see what's doing in town. Oh there, fair. You'll have to excuse me. I have a job to attend to.
I follow my whims, wheresoe'er they may lead.
At last! The moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up. I've never seen aught like this. I'd wager my own master would be astounded to learn of its existence. Take this. 'Tis something I found. I wanted you to have it.
Understood. I will await you here, Arisen.
Alas, 'twould seem I've taken on too much.
Let's see. What can we do without?
Aye? Did you want something?
By your leave, Arisen.
Ah, a material. Useful things, these.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
I'm not taking any passengers just now.
In every age, when the Arisen fell, hence, pawns are not to mention, they are skilled combatants, willing to brave. It is clear their concept of life and
I follow my whims, wheresoever they may lead.
if you want my advice, he'd know it.
Do let me know if you're in need of aid.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
One hopes these carts offer comfort commensurate to their cost.
Perhaps let's stroll through town. See what I can find.
This job better be worth it. It's too bloody early. I can get just about anywhere right now.
This ox cart's bound for I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Should I get up to today?
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
If you refer to changes in the military's makeup, I've heard the same.
'Twould seem the Queen Regent has made significant alterations to the chain of command.
Barely drag my ass out of bed. I'm in no hurry to leave.
Where to next?
Another day just as
Time.
Well met.
Hope to see you again.
All this patrolling does a number on my shoulders.
I have no issue for...
It appears night has fallen while we slept.
Step lively. Journey by starlight shall make for a nice change of pace.
Shall we get underway? Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
As a reward for your Majesty's effort, you will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. I would ask that your Majesty return once you've procured such attire.
All right, I've got you. A fairy stone. With that in hand, we can leap from one end of the kingdom to another in a trice.
We must save it for a time of dire need.
I'm barely scraping by. A nice place for a picnic. A lonely place, but not without its charms.
My stomach's growling.
I ought to find someone to buy me a drink. A lonely place, but not without its charms.
I'm just grateful I get to lead it.
What should I get up to today?
Would that I could spend I ought to find someone.
At least my back's not acting up today. That is nailed.
Not much going on.
Would that I could spend all day. I could use a little fun to write on.
My back.
I could. Never leave.
Lots to do.
Only fools and urchins boast of their coins.
Wouldn't say no to a bit of excitement.
The rules at your leisure acting up today. Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads, despite the hour. Much obliged. This inspires Lord and Mr. On as you please. Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads, despite much obliged. The rules at your
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen or shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so before we depart. Your majesty, that attire, it may be... I apologize for my brusqueness, but pray, seek out proper raiment. Is there aught else you would speak of, your majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve the city. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to... or shall change once we have... If your majesty has any unfinished business, very well. The coronation is to take place on the morrow. We shall depart early in the morn, so your majesty would do well to get a good night's rest.
Master, pray leave this place. My body, he refuses to obey me. There's a voice within my mind. It commands me, sways my very will.
Sways your will? Could it be that the gods sway? We must quit this place, your majesty. I fear our plans may fall to naught. Let us return to the tavern. We've been had. The false sovereign commanded the pawns at the coronation, proving his own powers arisen. According to Regent King Sven, the Pretender was wearing some sort of lavish necklace at the time. I imagine this artifact is the Godsway mentioned in that letter. Perchance 'tis a tool that grants power akin to that of the true Arisen. 'Twould do much to explain the events that we have beheld afore now. Alas, unless we find some way to unmake this Godsway's power, proving your majesty's legitimacy shall be difficult indeed. Pray, allow me time to search for a way forward. I shall inform your majesty when I have prepared a plan of action.
I've got the sharpest ears in town. Are we done for the day?
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all. We could do with a lantern's light. Some light would be welcome.
I am in your debt.
Precious little time. A tad rowdy, but I can't complain.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
Puts me in the mood for a song, it does.
Lots to be taken care of before the day's done.
Not a care in the world, just as it should be.
What to make of this?
Places such as this nourish the spirit.
From me to there,
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
Now, where was I bound? I don't know.
I'm in fine fettle today. Good if you work yourself to death. Now, where was I headed?
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
As they say.
Bleeding amateurs. No respect for their tools.
To which they're off.
Welcome.
Mayhap and noble will succumb to my charms.
Puts me in the mood for a song, it does.
Bleeding
From me
amateurs.
to there,
No respect for their tools.
No shame in getting down your hair now.
I'm not sure what to do
Welcome.
with myself today.
puts me in the mood for a song, it does.
This can be a lonely life at times.
All this hustle and bustle.
Welcome.
Right
What
up.
is life without a little spice?
A tad rowdy, but I can't complain. Wonder what room of the day happens.
Always the same.
Places such as this. Well met, sir.
Now,
Fancy a gander?
where was I bound again?
Fine wares all.
Let's get in.
What should I get up to today? Sprinkle of misfortune.
Set my notes as ground. It gladdens the heart to see so well met, sir. Fancy a gander?
I'm in
Fine wares
today.
all.
I've got the short ears in town. Always doing about a dozen things at once.
Fettle today.
Welcome.
Smells good if you work yourself to death.
This night I love more than a saucy rumour.
Time to catch myself up on to
Welcome.
And in the mood to
Days
stir
like
up
this
trouble
make me
today.
glad to be alive.
What should I get up to today?
Not a swamp.
Welcome.
time to catch myself up on the talk around town.
Welcome.
My nose to the ground. Ought to set my nose to the ground.
What's to do? And precious little time. I can't complain.
Well
take it
met,
easy
sir.
today.
Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
Now, where was I headed?
Fun to brighten my day.
A tad roundy, but I can't complain.
Can't afford any mistakes.
The sky always puts me in a
Welcome.
Where to now?
Mayhap
A
and
tad
noble will
roundy,
succumb to
but
my
I
charms.
can't complain.
Some might find some tea.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
What's to do? And precious little time.
All this worrying's given me an ache back.
I've no desire. To live this way any longer.
wonder if there's any easy work
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
Might as well take a look while you're... Here, eh? Stop by again soon. Need anything?
It is most exhilarating to hand over such a sum.
These were necessary expenses, mind. No use clinging to every last coin.
Look as long as you please.
Bunch of dullards, a lot of them.
There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fair... All right on the roads, despite the hour. Much obliged.
Perhaps you might provide me with some inspiration. Look as long as you just take it easy. Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
Good day, sir. What can I do?
Need anything?
I'm in no hurry to leave.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
There's much needs doing.
Would that I could spend all day
None of us is guaranteed tomorrow. It's just life.
Welcome.
I find your company to be rather edifying.
As long as you please. I'm surrounded by winches on all sides.
Always another errand to see through.
Well met, sir. None of us is guaranteed tomorrow.
Never leave.
It's just life.
Here, but it can get very dull.
This looks as good a place as any.
We who serve the heavens must be air virtuous.
Hang in there, Master! I'm coming to assist!
All this patrolling does a number on my shoulders as well.
Well met, sir.
Oh dear. I'm not sure what's best.
Devoutness and diligence just starts one growl.
Let's take it easy today.
Look, as long as you clean up.
Tad rowdy. Well met, sir.
Can't they see the old bloody place is watching?
Must be ready to give it so
No shame in letting down your hair now and then. Not a care in the world. Just as it should be.
I better get to work. Time to hit the sack. You can make up some suits.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Use a dash of salt.
I'm going to go exploring.
Very well. I shall await further orders.
Must finding these be so difficult?
The thrill of discovery never gets old. Huh. I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
My legs are bad. What's the point? The morrow will be no different. At least my back's not acting up today.
I could die happy in a
Naught to
place
look
like
forward
this.
to, but a long day of work. Suppose that's enough for one day.
Time to go home and write down.
I could die happy in a place like this, I could.
I'd gladly stay here forever if I could.
can't wait to see
No
what the day
shortage of
holds.
easy marks.
Mayhap, I
Must hold out till someone comes to relieve
If only I were 30 years younger.
Lost track of time. This place is too comfortable.
Very well. I shall return.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
No time to catch your breath.
Why are you there? Your presence is... Who's the one requesting? I didn't ask.
If I could, I'd never leave.
Mayhap I'll treat myself to a tickle.
Well
before
met,
bed.
sir. Just a short rest.
Huzzah! We must inform Captain Brandt at once.
Understood. I shall proceed ahead.
I expect Captain Brandt will want to hear of this.
Interested in my wares? Interested in my wares?
Well met. Precious little time.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your... Regarding the matter of the Godsway, I fear there is naught to be done, save for your majesty to venture to Batal, where you might uncover the false sovereign's secrets directly. The sigil upon that letter from some days past bore the crest of the Batali Palace. Surely there's aught to be found therein. Yet official dealings twixt Batal and Vermund are suspended. Passing through their fortress will prove with such hindrances in mind. I thought to prepare this. Few may pass through Batal's fortress, save Beastren merchants. With some coin, I was able to convince one such merchant to grant us that entry permit. It ought guaranteed passage through the border checkpoint, but alas, 'tis intended for a Beastren. You shall have to act the part, but as to how that should be done, I'm shamed to say I do not know. 'Twill depend upon your majesty's ingenuity.
I've heard a blacksmith of singular skill resides in Back Batal. Perhaps he could restore the regalia sword. Leave this to me, master. I'll bring you straight to the one you seek.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
You the Arisen? I've been looking for you. Sven wants to meet with you. Says he'll be waiting in his quarters.
I'd rather just stay out of everybody's way.
Always calms me down.
Come to think of it, in the end, we never did attend the coronation. There will be a reckoning for this. I shall not suffer others to mimic our master's powers.
How can I get more customers to shop?
Wait to see what the day holds. Clean and tidy.
Kinda
What
hard.
You seem in fine spirits. Quite the predicament.
A fine place.
You would gather materials here, Master. Can we really afford to carry more?
lonely place. But not without its charms.
Such quietude is a blessing.
I would appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
I suppose all we can do is wait.
Want some in a real battle? I'll prove my worth. I'm just grateful I get to lead a quiet life. So tired. I'd kip just about anywhere. Would that such peace reigned. Goodness me. I cannot afford another night of cruelty.
I've got to focus.
My sword arm could use some work. What must needs be done?
I dare say I could forget all my troubles here.
I heard from Captain Brandt that you plan to make for Batal in order to continue your investigation. As for me, I've been looking into my mother's movements since last we met, and 'tis a letter she discarded, only half written. It seems to be addressed to someone called Phaesus. I passed an eye over it, though I failed to grasp its meaning, or what compelled her to throw it away. Here. I thought it best that you have it. Mayhap you could glean aught from it that I could not. And if you do, would you be so kind as to share it with... That is, only if you... I am in no position to make demands, of course.
Comfortable. Far from comfortable.
Glad I am to see you well. I've been wondering how you were getting on. Have you learned no progress as yet, then? Well, should you uncover anything, pray do share it with me.
What to do about combat training? This will not go unpunished! Our soldiers need better training.
My ears, snuffed out.
I'm not sure what's best.
I thought myself as strong.
I'm not sure.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. We are to retreat, then?
Little does our foe realize how narrowly they escaped death's touch.
I quite agree.
Have you need of me?
I would fain aid you if you are in need.
Yes, Master. I shall hasten to your aid. If we seek further knowledge of the Godsway, we ought to make for Batal. Then follow me. I'll lead the way.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
Might we consider boarding an ox cart? I don't know about you, but my legs are stiff as boards.
A most agreeable suggestion. Of course, the Arisen shall have the final say in the matter. Wolves, faster!
Over here!
Would that ox carts were a bit safer. And a bit swifter, too.
Drivers can be a decent source of gossip.
Another one down, Arisen.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
No doubt, this triumph will spur us into the next.
Oh, apologies, Master. My mind was 1,000 leagues away.
I don't know about you, Master, but I'm worn out. Mightn't we have a rest before pressing on? You'll not live to regret this.
Over here, if you please. There, Master! Saurian! If we seek further knowledge of the Godsway, we ought to make for Batal. Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you. Ah, Vernworth. Is there any place more welcoming?
This ox cart's bound for the check. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
I will see to it that the law...
Should you espy any large monsters for clearing the high roads of... But our hands are oft overfull with the bodies will decay over time.
We're not to talk during missions, sir.
Batal is easily spotted.
Say, weren't we tasked with another errand that sent us somewhere near here?
Perhaps we ought to go there first. What say you, Arisen?
I'm not taking any passengers just now.
Fancy a broken arm? Why, that's my...
What's your problem?
Suppose you're all right.
Good day, sir. What might
Our soldiers need better training.
First impressions count for much. If you like, I can recommend you a new hairstyle or manner of face paint. Peril on the roads puts a strain on my business. Much obliged, sir. Do stop and have a look. I've wares of every ilk.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? Need anything? Stop by again soon.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
I wish I knew your restraint, Arisen.
I never thought I'd say this, but we've become inseparable.
Our combined might is a force to be reckoned with. I say, we forge on together for as long as we may. Tis pleasantly cool here, what with a canopy overhead.
This maze of trees offers ample advantage to rogues and bandits.
Right you are. Goblins, master! I grant you fire's blaze. Use it well.
That was impeccably timed, Arisen.
What makes a difference when I'm grappled, you see?
eyes on this.
I shan't allow any further harm to come. Reinforcements? We're looking at such resources. As you wish. I shall return directly. Together we are indomitable.
Our combined might is beyond any foe.
I'll gather these now. 'Twould be a shame to forget their location when we need them most.
If we seek further knowledge of the Godsway, we ought to make for the Tal. Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
I'd wager there's ought to be found here.
Let us ponder how best to proceed. Wolves! There!
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few. Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
Well, I'm sure there's still room. Tis no more or less than what one might have expected.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Here you are, Master.
Thank you. Here, by way of thanks.
Sunset draws near.
Where we do not fall prey to enemy ambush. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Wait! Don't leave me here, Arisen! You wish me to return? At once, Master. lantern would serve us well here. How's that?
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. The arisen turns blue with cold.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful. At last! The moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up. As you wish. I shall return directly.
You've a knack for drawing the enemy, Arisen.
By your leave.
A decent spot to make camp, assuming there are no monsters about.
'Tis a dangerous thing, traveling after dark. Mayhap we could pass the night here.
I shall be your shadow.
Food is the fuel of any adventure.
Indeed. Here's hoping this remains our usual fare.
Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me. I would be only too glad to assist. I had an inkling you'd bring us here, Arisen. What is it about this place that so appeals to you?
Leave the finding of equipment-enhancing materials to me, Master. I shall sniff them out and mark them on your map. These opportunities are few and far between. Speak up if you've aught to say.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support. Our master is a changeable sort, making a careful search one moment and charging recklessly into battle in the next. I feel refreshed and ready for a new day. My word. This ox cart has been destroyed.
Be on your guard, lest we meet a similar fate.
We ought to proceed with caution.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents.
That's quite a large boulder, but methinks 'twill budge if we combine our strength.
A firm push is what's needed here.
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away. At last! I thought we'd never find one.
At least all our efforts weren't for naught.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this. Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
Perhaps the Arislas recalled some more pressing business.
We fight!
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
If we mastered that attack, we would be invincible.
Look there. I espy another statue.
Why don't we go take a look?
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
You'll not live.
One of us is being drenched!
help but feel indomitable.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Here you are, Master. I hope you like it. I found it myself.
If we seek further knowledge of the Godsway, we ought to make for Batal. Pray, allow me to show you the way.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
I'll be here, but standing still is harder than it looks, you know.
Slimes? Oh, this'll put me off my dinner.
Aught fell from the beast as it breathed its last. In traversing other worlds, I came to know of a treasure chest in this area. Perchance you'd like to see it. I'd fain lead the way, if you would be so kind as to follow me.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change. Feast your eyes on this!
I can't wait to find out what's inside.
We've naught to gain by...
I grant you roaring flame.
You wish me to return? At once, Master.
Some bridges appear to be of sturdy make, only to fall apart at the slightest touch.
So long as we make it to the other side, we'll be all right.
Come on then. Let's dance.
It seems we have enraged our foe.
A reckless opponent makes for easy prey.
I'll get that for you.
You're bloody terrified of me, aren't you? Come on, have at it. Get back here.
Did anyone else see that? Aught catches the light.
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
Our enemy employs a mage. Best fell them first, lest their Puritan magic prolong our battle.
One cannot be too careful.
Could have sworn the blighter went this way.
There's no need to go the long way round when a shorter route is readily available. Follow me, Master.
Your magical aid has dissipated. Pray cast it anew.
You have my support.
This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
You have no need of my assistance at present, but I shall be ready to render aid at a moment's notice.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Oh, that looks scrumptious. And I'm positively famished.
I'd wager your eyes are larger than your stomach.
Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead instead.
I'm sure there's a very good reason for this detour. We must respect our master's wishes.
Here we go again.
If we must, let us finish this quickly.
By your lead. If we seek further knowledge of the Godsway, it will take some time. Then follow me. I'll lead the way.
Well, sis, I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
Do my eyes deceive me? Or has our foe multiplied? Our battle will never be done at this rate.
magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
I'm in no hurry to leave. I've got wares of every ilk. Pleasure doing business with...
Pray, follow me.
If you don't mind, sir, I've made...
Hey.
I must stand firm.
Over so soon? Why, we seem to have come through unscathed.
No doubt, this triumph will spur us into the next.
Look, oxen. How tranquil.
'Tis best to leave harmless creatures be.
Too much sleep. I suppose I could use a moment to catch my breath. Pray, slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
I mustn't let this get out of hand.
Feast your eyes on this!
off where I stand.
Wolves draw near!
Would you mind coming over here?
Townspeople depend on me.
"'Tis this way."
We're hardly so destitute as to shun an ox cart's services. What say we ride one to our destination?
A most agreeable suggestion. Of course, the Arisen shall have the final say in the matter.
Times such as these are what lanterns are for. That's better. I don't much like the dark.
I never thought I'd see the day when I'd be in your debt.
Is autumn just about anywhere?
You scared? You should be.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
That's what you get.
Huzzah! What a team we make, Arisen.
I'm not taking any passengers just now, sir.
Gathering materials makes for dull work indeed.
The sky is radiant this night. I feel at peace today.
I suppose it is so.
Never have I encountered such a strategy.
Well, well. Color me surprised.
Someone saw fit to camp here, 'twould seem.
It would be a fine spot to rest, should we have need of one.
Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me. I would be only too glad to assist. Must I use the same equipment for all days?
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty. I take it this place is to your liking, Arisen. We've camped here many a time.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently. Has anyone got a story to share? I'll hear any tale, be it of boast or embarrassment.
That was scrumptious. I near feel as if I've been reborn.
It would have gone down even better if the area were free of monsters. But I suppose one can't have everything.
Oh, I don't know about you, Master, but I'm worn out. Mightn't we have a rest before pressing on?
Here you are, Master. I hope you like it. I found it myself.